This channel is for educational purposes only. Please do your own due diligence before making any investment decisions.
Hi, this is Joe Rabil. So what we're going to do today is talk about how to understand price structure in different time frames. All right. And a lot of times what you'll find is most people say that you want to follow the bigger trends, right? You want to make sure that you're in conjunction with the bigger trends. But that's only if we have an existing trend in place. If we're looking to reverse a trend, then we're actually going to follow the smaller time frames first. All right. This will make a lot more sense after I give you the two different examples. I'm going to use two examples. One is going to be a stock that's been in a downtrend that is reversing, and you'll understand the cycle of events that will take place that will start on the smaller time frame and then work its way up, versus something that's been taking a breather or correcting. And we want to make sure that the smaller time frame is actually going to be in this case, the smaller time frame will actually be the last thing to turn. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. Now, if you do want to learn more about some of these techniques, I would suggest starting with the book. You can go to rabilstockresearch.com/book for more information. Also, if you enjoy this content, please hit the like button and also subscribe. Okay, so the first example I want to use is Archer Daniels Midland. I'm going to focus in on the zigzag, all right? We want to just keep an eye out for the price action in each one of these four time frames, all right? I've got the monthly here, I've got a weekly in the bottom right, and then a daily in the upper right, and then the hourly in the upper left. And we're going to look at all four of these time frames in these examples. So if you notice what's taken place, we're in a downtrend on the monthly chart. We're making lower highs and lower lows. All right. Now, if we go to the weekly chart, we're also making lower highs and lower lows. Now, we had a little hesitation here, but we're clearly in a bear trend. We made another lower high, another lower low, another lower high, another lower low. And again, if you notice, we have not made a higher high here. We have not made a higher high here. So we're in clearly making lower highs and lower lows on the monthly. We had a little hesitation in here, but the reality is we have not been able to take out a prior peak. So we are definitely in a bear trend, a bear confirmed trend at this point. Now, when we go to the daily chart, if you notice, we actually have a bull alert. Notice how we made a higher low and a higher high. All right. So that is not a sign of a change in trend. We've only taken out we've only made one higher high. That's just not enough to reverse the trend. We will need to see this pull back and make a peak and then turn back up and make another higher high, a second higher high, and that would confirm a change in trend on this time frame. Now, if you look at what's taken place, we've already made a higher high on this time frame, but we have not done that on this time frame. Notice this is a daily chart and this is the weekly. All right, so the smaller time frame is actually showing a reversal first. Now, you'll also get reversals that will not ever be confirmed and they'll turn back down, right? We had a move to the upside that looked a lot more significant on the daily chart and then immediately just reversed back down. So we're going to need a little bit more confirmation on the smaller time frames, more than just a simple higher high, but we can see that this time frame is reversing quicker than this time frame. So when we're in a bear trend, we're in a trend or we're in an uptrend, either way, the smaller time frame is going to start. Now, if we go to the hourly, you can see that we made a higher high here coming up through this this peak here, made a higher high, and then pulled back, made a higher low, and then another higher high. This is confirmed bull now. This is a bull trend. Based on that information. We have a bull trend here. We have an alert taking place here. A bull alert is taking place on this time frame. We're in a bear trend on this time frame. Okay. And then we're still in a bear trend on this time frame. And you can see based on the distance between these prior peaks that the weekly will also turn before the monthly will. You see how we'll get a higher high if this keeps moving up? We'll get a higher high on the weekly chart before we see that on the monthly. So, when we're looking at a trend reversal, Okay, it's going to start with the smallest time frame that you look at. You could go down to a 1 minute chart. It's going to give you, an early sign of reversal. It's also going to give you a lot of failed signals doing that. But if we stick with these 4 time frames, you can see that the hourly is going to turn first. And then we're going to go to the daily chart, and the daily chart will turn to the upside. And then the weekly will kick in, and then the monthly will eventually follow through. If this is a true reversal that has significant upside. All right. Now you can get a reversal in these 2 time frames that causes a move and maybe an alert on this time frame, but never changes on this time frame. And then we know that it was more of a short to intermediate term move if it gets stopped at the 18-month or something like that. So maybe we can move this up to $60 and see these 2 time frames basically kind of flip back to the upside. But if we never flip these 2 time frames, then we know we've only made a short to intermediate term switch, right? We haven't made a bigger switch. Now, you want to keep that in mind because you're better off, in most cases, you're going to make more money if you play in the direction of these bigger trends. All right. Now, if everything's moving down and we have everything kind of in a bear market and the bigger time frames are down, then you really don't have much of a choice. You're going to want to start to look for the stocks that are showing the first signs of a turn, especially if the market gets oversold. We have really massive negative sentiment. We got real, signs of some kind of a climax in place. Then you're going to want to go to the small time frame hourly and then get that confirmed with some action on the daily chart, even if these 2 time frames, monthly, weekly, are down. All right, this is the whole reason why I'm bringing it up. We got a market, not a bear market. We have a market that's correcting right now and dropping down. If we're going to get a reversal, it's going to show up on the hourly first. We'll see some signs of improvement on the daily, and these 2 time frames could still look bad when you look at the price structure. So we have to understand that's how a reversal takes place. It'll take place off of a top this way, but most importantly, off of a bottom. And the reason why it's so important on a bottom is because bottoms happen much more quickly than tops do. But we get a lot of panic. When we get panic, you get sharp reversals, and sometimes the indicators just take too long to signal a reversal. So you have to look at the price action. You want to keep an eye on the volume, and that will really help. Now, let's take a look at another example. Let's look at SKT. This is Tanger Factory Outlet. All right, this is a REIT. All right, now notice what's taken place here. We've made a big move from the beginning of 2020. We are in a clear bull trend, making higher highs and higher lows on the monthly. And on the weekly chart, clearly turned up again. We went through a corrective pattern, and then we turned back up again, and we've got this bull trend. We have a little ABC correction here, another one maybe here. But here, we're making higher lows, okay? The trend is bullish to the upside on the weekly chart. Now, on the daily chart, we actually had a bear alert here, but then we turned back to the upside. And all we've done now is sort of have a deep pullback, but we're below these, above these prior lows. All right, but look at what's going on the hourly. The hourly is actually making lower highs, lower lows. It's in a bearish trend. So now we actually already have these in place. If we can show a turnaround in this time frame based on what the daily is doing, which most recently is a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? If we can turn this around, maybe we get a volume climax or something like that, turn this around and see some kind of a reversal take place here, we already have these time frames in place in an uptrend. So this is when you want to focus on a smaller time frame, but you know that you're going in the direction of the bigger trends. Hopefully this is making sense to everybody. So if we have an existing trend in place on the bigger time frames, we're waiting for signs of improvement on this time frame, on the small time frame, to give us a leg up as a signal where we can improve our odds because we're getting the smaller time frame to reverse, and we're also reducing the risk on a trade because we can use the risk on this time frame rather than waiting for some kind of a turnaround on this time frame or use a stop on this time frame. We can use the micro or the smaller time frame hourly to help us with the signs of a reversal, and then we can also use it to reduce the risk on a trade. So we want to understand the difference between the two. Okay, we have big trends to the upside, longer term monthly, longer term weekly, telling us the trend is up, then we know that we're just looking for corrective action to reverse back, to go back to the positive side on the hourly chart. Now, the more severe the decline on the smaller time frame, then the more evidence we're going to need of a reversal on this time frame. Because how do we know whether this reversal to the downside isn't the beginning of a downtrend? You see what I'm saying? So if we're only looking long, right, then we definitely want to look for this to turn to the downside. But let's say this is actually the beginning, this decline is the beginning of a reversal to show that this time frame is actually reversing. These time frames are about to reverse to the downside. All right, that is why when we get a severe decline like we're getting here, pretty strong evidence of a sell-off, right? 36 and change down to 33, definitely making lower highs and lower lows. We need this. We need more evidence. We're going to need to see a 1, 2, 3 coming back up, and maybe even more evidence that it's reversing back to the upside before we can be convinced that we can play this. Now, if we get a simple corrective pattern that doesn't have a lot of selling strength based on MACD and ADX, then we can be a little bit more aggressive coming back up because these time frames are still bullish. All right. Hopefully this helps. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll see you next time.